Okay, so welcome back once again, guys. Now, in this lecture, I'll be talking about a complete overview of a Cloudera VM. So, as we are already aware about Linux command, as we are already aware about the Hadoop command, so let's take a look into this Cloudera VM. So, to do that, there is this particular browser which you will be able to find out, a default one. Click over here, and here, so you will be able to find out a multiple option. So, first of all, try to click on a very first option called as Hue. For the very first time, if you are going to log in, so it is going to ask you for a user ID and password. User ID is Cloudera, password is going to be Cloudera. So Hue is basically a UI interface which people have created, and with the help of this UI interface, let's suppose I don't like a command line, those black white screen. If I don't like it, I'm looking for something so which is going to help me out in terms of writing my query using all the services which is available inside my Cloudera. So I can try to use a Hue over here, and you will be able to see a query editor. So if I'm writing a Hive query, I can do it. If I'm writing something for Impala, I can do it. Pig, Java, Spark, MapReduce, Scoop, everything I will be able to do it inside this one, right? This is how amazing this Hue is. And here, so I can just, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it almost in every section of my classes when I'm going to show you a demo. So here you will be able to write a query. For example, if I'm going to write a Hive query, I can select Hive and Hive will be selected. And here, so you will be able to see a list of all the databases. If you are going to create some database, you will be able to see that. You will be able to see the table, and all of these operations you will be able to perform. Not just that. So if you have submitted some sort of a job, so you will be able to see a job as well. If you have created a workflow, or maybe if you have scheduled something, everything you will be able to see it in one single place, in one single screen, right? That's a beauty of using a Hue. Yeah, that's a beauty of using a Hue. Apart from that, so you will be able to use you will be able to manage a user. So let's suppose if you would like to give an access to some other user, you can try to click on add user, and you can try to add it. You can try to provide a user ID and password, and other user will be able to use it from here itself. If you would like to create a group of the user, you can do it. If you would like to control a permission, you can do it. Everything inside this UI interface. So it's an amazing UI interface which has been created for all of us, and I can just go ahead and I can try to use it. Task history. So if I'm going to schedule some task, I will be able to see that particular task from a Hue itself, right? From a Hue itself. Okay. So this is a user interface which I will be using so many times, right? So which I will be using so many times. Now here, so on this left hand side, if you are going to click on these three lines, you will be able to browse a document, files. So let's suppose I'm going to click on documents. So I will be able to browse a document. I will be able to upload. I will be able to download. I can do everything. I can do everything just with the help of this Hue. Now the second one which I would like to show you is a Hadoop tab. Again, by default, it will be available. I can click on HDFS name node, and whatever theory that we have discussed, you will be able to correlate all of those theory over here. So we had a name node, right? And we had a data node. So it is going to show you all of these information. So how much DFS, like a distributed file system you have used, what is the remaining one, how many number of node is live, how many number of node is dead. Every information you will be able to see. Plus I talked about a FS image, right? And I talked about a edit log. You will be able to see that as well. Yeah. And where this name node is trying to store its FS images, you will be able to see that as well. So all this investigation you will be able to perform from a single browser. Now click on data node. So it is going to show you all of the information about a data node, everything, right? Everything, and at which port this is live, everything you will be able to see it. Now, if you are going to click on data node volume failure, so if there is some failure, it is going to show you that report as well. Snapshot, if you have taken, so that is going to show you over here. Startup progress, so at a start, what it is trying to do. So it is going to load a FS image. I believe this is what we have discussed in theory, that the main power of this name node, or you can say a master node, comes from a file system image. So whenever you are going to spin your machine, so obviously it is going to load a latest FS image, right? It is going to load the latest FS image. It is going to load a latest edit file. It is trying to do a checkpointing concept we have already discussed, right? Checkpointing concept we have already discussed. So again, those information you will be able to find out. Now utility. So here inside this, you will be able to see browse the file system. So for example, just now I have stored in my previous lecture. So I have stored basically file inside Sudhanshu directory, and that was available inside a user directory. So I can click over here, and here, so there is a directory called as Sudhanshu that you all will be able to find out, right? This directory, and inside this, if I'll go, I will be able to see my test.txt, and this is the block size by default. So, and replication factor is equal to 1, which I'm keeping as of now. If I would like to change, I can change it. But yeah, so if I'm going to click on this file, so there is only one block. This is the block ID. This is the block pool ID it has created. All of these information, you will be able to see it just with the help of UI. Again, with the help of command, you will be able to see the same. But yeah, with the help of like a UI, you will be able to do the exact same thing. And then logs. So whatever operation that you are doing, so for everything, you will be able to see a logs over here. So this is all about a name node. Now, there is something called as secondary name node. So if you would like to get some information about the secondary name node, you can get it over here. Data node, so you can get it over here. So data node is live at this particular port number. Now, Yarn, which was a resource manager. So you can try to even come over here and try to check about a Yarn whenever you are going to submit any kind of a, we all know that Yarn is a resource manager, right? It is going to manage a resources. It is going to allocate a resources for all the jobs and all the operations which I'm going to perform. So here we have a Yarn, and you can try to check what in all job you have submitted, what in all job is running, what in all job is finished, failed or killed, and plus a scheduler, right? Plus a scheduler, you will be able to see it over here. Now, so here again, configuration, local log, server, stack, every information just with the help of UI, which we will be using it, right? Which will be using it. Then Yarn resource manager, and then for a node, there is a Yarn node manager. So you will be able to see even information about a Yarn node manager, actual worker node or actual resource where your task will be executed. Then there is a HBase. So HBase is basically a NoSQL databases. So here you will be able to see their information. Impala, so again, you can try to write a query and you can try to check each and everything in a Impala tab. I can do it even from a Hue, right? Plus Spark, so you will be able to see a Spark history server, and you will be able to see all the history with respect to Spark. UG, so UG is basically a scheduler, and we are going to use a UG couple of times inside a classes, inside a lectures, so you will be able to see that as well. So this is all about just a glimpse of this entire Cloudera ecosystem. So anyhow, it's sitting on top of your Linux operating system, right? But yeah, with the help of UI interface itself, you all will be able to access it. You all will be able to browse it, and you all will be able to manage all kind of a services just with one single interface without any kind of a hassle. And that is a beauty of a Cloudera Quick Start VM, or Cloudera, you can say Cloudera distribution. So with that, thank you so much everyone. Take care, and see you again, guys.